Welcome to Toy Polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from Toy Polloi, and today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar for 2022. Now, if you're also a subscriber of my second channel, Toy Polloi Two, you will have seen me opening every single door on this Advent Calendar for the previous 24 days and building each of the kits inside. And I thought today I would show you all of those kits as one whole video so that you can see exactly what was inside this box. But also I didn't want to spoil everybody else's Christmas in case they'd got this set for themselves. So that's why you've not seen this until today. It is Christmas Day, so happy Christmas to everybody who's watching. Let's take a look at the Lego sets that you could have been building for the past month. As you can see here in front of me, this is the Lego Star Wars Christmas calendar for 2022. They've been doing this for a good few years now. Each year you'll get a box that costs about £30, and inside it there will be 24 miniature little Lego kits that make some sort of Star Wars related toys. They do these for other franchises as well, but as I like Star Wars, this was the one I picked up. And for £30, I actually think you get a really good lot of stuff. Each kit comes with multiple pieces of Lego, and they're really good fun to build. They're definitely worth more than the sort of slightly over £1 that each of these sets cost. And I've really had great fun building them. You get a nice mix of minifigures and little bit sort of playset pieces and vehicles, and they all look really good. So let's take a closer look at some of the sort of the key pieces that we get in this set. First up, we'll take a look at the minifigures that come with this set, of which there are 8, although I would say one of them is barely a minifigure, which is this sort of weird gonk droid that's supposed to be sort of dressed up as Father Christmas. I think this is probably one of the worst pieces that is in this set. I just don't get it. I understand why they've made him look like sort of Father Christmas, but I just don't get it. The other figures I actually think are really quite nice. You get R2-D2 and C-3PO wearing Christmas jumpers, so they're each wearing the opposite person's sort of face on their jumper. So we've got R2-D2 with a little C-3PO on his front there, and then we've got C-3PO with R2-D2 there. I actually think they're quite nice. It's quite a nice sort of little Christmas theme that they've got on, so those are pretty cool. Then we have Darth Vader in what is sort of essentially a Hawaiian shirt. It's got a Death Star and a moon and some TIE fighters flying over some sort of palm trees and a bit of a sort of a sun scene there. It's quite a weird sort of little setup, but it's sort of funny, I suppose, and it works with the rest of the set. He's got flippers on, and he comes with a football. Not sure what the football's got to do with him, but it's a nice little figure. And then we've got some more sort of traditional Star Wars figures. If the ball doesn't roll away, let me just grab that and see if I can put it down and stop it rolling about. And then we've got some more traditional Star Wars figures. So we've got a clone trooper there with the sort of yellow arms and yellow flashing on the helmet. We've got a battle droid, just a normal bog standard battle droid, nothing special about that. We have a snow trooper. I always like the snow troopers, but yeah, so that's quite a nice little figure. And then we have Luke Skywalker here in the background in his Hoth gear. Now this figure has something extra, which I will show you later on, which comes as a separate little build, but the figure itself is pretty cool. The only odd thing is that because he's got 2 different faces on him, so you can see there's one face sort of smiling and one's looking a bit stern. When you put his hat on, you can still see his face sticking out the bottom of his hat. Bit of an odd one, but they are pretty cool figures. So you get, as I say, 8 minifigures in this set. Then we get a whole load of vehicles. Considering how small those things are, the detail in them is really quite incredible. I especially like Luke's little land speeder here from Tatooine. I think that is one of the best ones. It really looks like the land speeder. You can even see that they've got sort of pretend pilots in here. So I'm going to say that's supposed to be C-3PO and that's Luke. I just think that one is particularly good. Then we've got a very tiny little AT-ST, which does work. It's sort of a simplified version, but it does look like an AT-ST. We've got a TIE Interceptor. We've got B-Wing, we've got a Republic gunship, and then some other ships from sort of the more modern Star Wars, things like the Bad Batch and that. But they really are all rather cool, considering how small these are and how few pieces of Lego are involved. They really sort of put a lot of effort into designing them and making them look like the Star Wars vehicles. I think these are fantastic. I was not expecting much when I bought this set, but actually once I started building them and putting them together, I was really quite impressed with how few pieces are actually required to make something that looks like a Star Wars vehicle. So they're the vehicles. Then after that we've got a few sort of scenery pieces. Some of these work better than others. I'm not quite sure what this one is supposed to be. You can actually see it on the box there, and it's got Darth Vader holding the shovel And I'm just not really sure what that's supposed to be. If anyone knows, then do leave a comment below, but that one I'm not quite sure what it is. We've got a Hoth turret, which is pretty cool. It's a very simplified Hoth turret, but it does look like that. We've got a little sort of radar dish. Again, I'm going to say that's from Hoth just because it's got the white base to it. That is really quite clever because you can sort of move it about, and it's made out of a battle droid body. So I think that one's pretty cool. We've got a little moisture evaporator there, which is quite nice. Very simple, but it does work. This one is quite cool. It's a sort of weapons rack. It comes with two very tiny little mouse droids, which are just made out of two pieces of Lego. But the little gun on the side does actually fire. I've never seen this before. So you've got this tiny gun here, and you can put one piece of Lego inside it, and then you're supposed to be able to fire it at this weapons rack. There's a hole in the middle. I guess it's sort of target practice. So let me fire this. They do ping off incredibly fast. So we'll see if you can actually see this. Oh, there you go. It did fire and it's knocked everything over. I think that is really quite a clever little thing. Not seen that before, so that's new to me. Then we have probably my favourite piece on this Lego set, which is this, which is doesn't look like much when you see it, but this is the bit that requires the Luke Skywalker figure. So it's essentially a bit of the Wampa cave. So you can see there's a little bone at the bottom and some stalagmites and stalactites. And you can take the Luke figure that came the day before, if you're opening these up, and hang him there from the ceiling. So it looks like he's in the Wampa cave, and you can put his lightsaber on the ground. I just think that is a really nice design. The fact that it links two of these sets together. So you've got Luke the first day, and then the next day you get this set so you can put him in it. I just think that's a really nice idea and very clever bit of sort of thinking there from the Lego designers. And remarkably, considering how sort of small these sets are, you get an awful lot of extra pieces. This little pot here is every single extra piece that came in these sets. So there's lots of little bricks and little parts and sort of spare lightsaber pieces and spare arms. It's an incredibly sort of a large amount of pieces. I wasn't expecting there to be any extras sort of in this set. Because of the cost of it, I was just thinking that they would be very tight on what pieces they give you. But this is all the extra pieces that you get when you're building all of these little kits. So I have to say I was actually really pleasantly surprised when I got this. I've bought other Lego kits in recent years and they've always seemed overpriced for what you get. But this set, because it's only £30 and you get 24 little kits in it, I think it is incredibly good value, and it's certainly encouraged me to do this again next year. I've had great fun making all of these sets up, and I would really recommend getting it. If you like Lego and you want 24 days of fun, then get this set. If you want to see me building all of these, then do head on over to Toy Polloi 2. There are 24 videos showing each one of these kits being opened and built, so it's quite a lot of videos to watch, but they're only a minute long, so you'll shoot through them. But you can see every single one of these kits being built and all the extra pieces that I ended up putting in this pot. I think it is well worth getting, and as I say, I'm definitely going to be doing this again next year because it's filled 24 days with a bit of enjoyment, and I've really just had fun doing it. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. If you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to Toy Polloi 2 and subscribe there. And happy Christmas to everybody watching, and I hope you have a fantastic new year as well. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Toy Polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow Toy Polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.